Hello and welcome back to this new video. Today I fly the Incursus. It is a standard cap booster dual rep fit. It has 3 light neutron blasters, AB, scram, and then the cap booster, small ammo wrapper, small ancil ammo wrapper, damage control and mag stab, 3 hull rigs, of course a drone, 3 different ammo types, the cap booster and nanite paste. The DPS is really good, 235. If I overheat it's almost 270. Okay speed, 1000 meters per second when 4 overheated. And the most important thing is the crazy rep power. If I overheat both of these, it's 91 HP per second. That's really ridiculous. But the big disadvantage, of course, is that it has no range control. I have no web, so everyone can pull range on me and then escape. But if I overheat correctly, I can keep some people in place and I can tank forever. So yeah, it was really enjoyable. Even though I usually like fits with more range control, I really enjoyed the massive tank of this fit. And I'd say we get into the fights. In this first fight, I am sliding in on a Plex, and a Hookbill is sliding in at the same time. There he is. I immediately click keep at range at 1000 meters, and I spam lock. I have my AB and weapons preheated, as well as my wrappers. I lock him, start shooting, and here the weirdness happens, because he is just approaching me. I start pre-wrapping, and you see I can tank his DPS without problem. I see he's still not pulling range, so I reload to void. I'm a bit over-wrapping, but I prefer to over-wrap than to under-wrap. He also hasn't pointed me yet. And he's already going into hull. Here I see he's armor wrapping. So he is some kind of armor fit. But he's already in half hull and dying quickly. And I'm still wrapping just fine. And he dies. GF. I definitely didn't expect to kill a hookbill in this, but here it goes. And there's the kill mail. Actually, dual ancil fit. Loot everything and run away. Okay, next fight. This is against the Catalyst. I have null preloaded and I hope I can keep him at range outside of his blaster. I click keep at range 7 kilometers, heat scram, and start shooting him. I also forgot my drone, at least at the start. So that's not great. He hasn't locked me yet. Now he starts shooting me, but he is shooting with void and not with null, so I am outside of his range and he is not hitting me. That he also only has a web also means that I can disengage and warp off at any time. Finally I remember my drone, put it on him, and I get a few good hits in with the blasters. He's going towards hull, and I still have all my tank left. There he goes, he's in hull. He still didn't reload. He's in half hull. Should have probably overheated my weapon a bit, just to make sure, but he dies anyway. There's the kill man. He actually did have null, but he just didn't reload. So, yeah. This next fight is against an Algos. I hope that I can out-tank him with the 2 wrappers, but I'm not sure. I immediately hit approach. Put all the damage on him. Also the drone and everything. There are his drones. He only uses 4 at the beginning, which confuses me a bit. But he's doing a lot of damage. I am wrapping through it though. You see, every time I wrapper cycle, I get almost all my armor back. But I am slowly bleeding hull. He is in hull, but so am I. I'm still wrapping. Super exciting, super close fight. I just approach, hope for the best. I maybe should have orbited and hoped that I would track better than he would. But I didn't. And like this, I die seconds before he would have died. He had 1% hull left. So stupidly close. It's amazing. This next fight was so exciting. It is against Gobichikin in a Kite Comet. Because of my 2 wrappers, I know I can tank him for a very long time. But I my tank is reliant on the cap boosters, so when I don't have cap boosters anymore, I'm dead, and I only have 6 from the beginning. I start defanging his drones. I'm overwrapping a bit here, but yeah, it's fine. I also have a lot of heat damage on my AB already. That's not great. Finally, I remember to turn the heat off. I'm very focused on managing my reps, and I don't focus too much on the drones. I am also trying to slingshot him while shooting his drones and managing my wrapping. And cap, of course. My cap is empty. I have to pop the first cap booster. That means I have 5 left. Still wrapping. I'm trying to slingshot him by aligning out, and then when he starts approaching me, because I'm getting out of his range, I hit approach to him again with my overheated scram, and hope that I get 1 or 2 cycles in. Here you just saw I got the auto reload off on the Ansel seconds, like milliseconds, before it would have went into reload. That was so close, because I can definitely not tank him when the Ansel is in reload, and I have to use it without nanites. I start manually piloting, hope that he will miss a few shots, and I have to use my second cap booster. That means 4 left. My manual piloting is not really working. I hoped he would miss some shots, but it's not quite working out. Sadly, he forgot to use his second flight of drones, which would have been a lot more difficult for me. But yeah, like this I have a slight chance. There you see, I got him into within 15 kilometers of him, and now I fly into the opposite direction of him again. He starts approaching, but I was too focused on the reps to notice it. So, yes, I just had to pop another cap booster, so I'm on 3 left. He starts approaching again. It's keeping me at that 20-kilometer mark where I can't reach him. And because this ship has no web, I cannot... yeah, I have to get really close to actually catch him. I now have to run to both wrappers at all the times to keep my tank up, which means I'm chewing through the cap boosters. Used another one, 2 left. Landing to a supply depot, just hoping he loses point at some point and I can just warp off. He's not moving at the moment, so I guess his keep at range is 17 kilometers. I am still wrapping. I am on 2 boosters left. Out of cap again. I have to use another cap booster. There it goes. That means I'm on my last one now. Overheat both wrappers, because I'm slowly bleeding into hell. I kept some range from him, and now I'm just overheating my AB in one last effort. And that is exactly the second where he hit approach, and I finally get scram on him. I was so shocked when I saw, wow, you got scram on him. I immediately start orbiting, hope he misses some shots with his guns, and I can get under his guns. I'm now on my last cap booster, but I'm in orbit, he doesn't hit me anymore, and I can tank just fine on buffer. That means I don't have to use my last cap booster yet. He's getting into hell, but he's still repping. The Comet is just so stupidly strong. And here his friends are landing, but they warp to 0. So they have to burn 130 kilometers towards us, and I hope I can kill him before they arrive. Just overheat the belief. Hope I can kill him. There you see his friends are burning in 3 kilometers a second, but he dies. I recall my drone while warping off as the loot. And come on! I warp off finally. That was such an amazing fight. That was wow. I was so amazed when I finally killed him. That was great. In this next fight, I am sliding in together with Catalyst. I put my keep at range at 7 kilometers. We land both at the beacon. I click keep at range. AB on. Scram and weapons on him. I'm already like 3 kilometers off. So I'm out of his blaster range. He has to reload now if he wants to hit me. Here he locks me, gets the whip on me. And again, because he only has a whip, I know I can escape. And this pilot really did the good thing. As soon as he slid in, he reloaded to null. And here's his friend in the Catalyst Navy. Oh, no, it's not his friend, it's a third party. But I killed the Catalyst seconds before the Catalyst Navy starts shooting me. I still rep with everything I have, recall the drone, warp off. And I get off in 25% hull. The tank on this ship is so amazing, it's great. Here's the kill mail. Next fight is against a Cursor. He is quite far off the beacon, 15 kilometers. And I just spam orbit, hope I can get under his guns, and he is not kite fit. I get scram on him. And I'm in orbit. I start shooting. Put the drone on him. I asked for a 1v1 in local. Froffer said yes, but I was distracted by the Cursor. Now he starts shooting me, but he's not tracking me very well because lasers are quite bad at tracking. Still I start repping. Remember to set auto reload off, and with both the normal armor repper and Ansel I'm tanking just fine. Even a bit over repping here, but he's already in hull. And he dies. GF, bye bye Cursor. Recall the drone and there's the kill mail. Standard Plaxing fit. In this next fight, I followed this Cormorant Navy around. It tried to snipe me a few times on the station, and it finally worked to the Sun at 100, which I anticipated, and worked to 100 as well, and I tackled him. He is rail fit, so he is not hitting me, and I can slowly get through him. He has a medium ancillary shield booster, so he is quite tanky, but while he is not hitting me, I can do maximum damage on him, and there is no big risk for me concerning the tank, but I know he has friends in the system and they will arrive shortly, so I will have to kill him quick before his friends arrive. There is the first one in a Vexor, and it lands right on top of us, and there's the second one in the Republic Fleet Firetail. Now I start overheating the weapons, and you see 5 medium drones towards me, plus the Firetail, and now I know I'm really gonna struggle with my tank. I start repping, both reppers at once, just hope I can get everything out of there. You see the amazing rep power. I can rep 5 medium drones plus the Firetail at a time. I'm landing out, slowly losing hull of course, because it's just too much damage, but I managed to get the Cormorant Navy kill. I'm landing out, hoping I can somehow get out, but here I'm a bit late on my cap injection, which makes me lose the last bit of hull I still had. I did try to shoot the Firetail a bit, see if I can break him somehow, but I die, and I warp off. But yeah, great that I got the Cormorant Navy. Here's the kill, man. It was definitely worth it. 5mm frigate for a 30mm destroyer. And here's my 1v1 against Crawford, and he's actually using the Crucifier fit I was flying in a few videos back. I immediately hit keep at range, AP on, everything on him. You see I was lagging quite a bit at the start. I'm not sure why my keep at range was 5 kilometers, I should have been a bit closer to him. But you see I'm starting to miss him a lot because of the tracking disruptor. I'm completely out of range and I know he's faster than me. So I overheat my AB and hope I can get somehow a bit closer. And yeah, my null range is reduced to below 5 kilometers, so with Void I have like 200 meters range. And here's the mistake Froffer makes. He should have kept on keeping me at range, but now he decides to come in close to do more damage. But when he gets closer, I can track a lot better. And the range disruption doesn't affect me anymore. And I can still tank him because of the crazy tank on this ship. I'm over-repping quite a bit, but as I said before, I prefer to over-rep than to under-rep in this ship. I don't have that much health buffer, and yeah. Now I have to start manually piloting because he switched his optimal range disruption to tracking disruption, and I am not hitting him anymore. Now because I'm focusing on manual piloting, I'm not repping quite enough. but I am getting a few better shots in. I'm basically trying to manually get the transversal down, so we basically fly in the same or in the opposite directions, so my weapons hit better. He starts putting range on me, and I guess he's trying to warp off. I lose Gram. But before he can warp off, I get the overheated Scram on him again. From spam clicking, I deactivated it again. I get it again, and... come on. There, he finally dies. This is another great example of how much this ship actually can tank. And another fight. This was a 1v1 at the sun against an Atron. And after this fight, I have a second fight against another Atron. And this is to show this pilot was not so experienced, and I can kill him pretty quickly, while the other Atron is a super experienced pilot, and he manages to survive. He is doing a lot of damage to me, but my huge tank makes it so I can survive, and he dies. There's the kill. And here the next fight is against Modern Dwarf. He's an old friend of mine, and I know he's a really, really good pilot, but I wanted to try and see if I could somehow get through his Atron. I check his weapons. Yes, he's blaster fit. And I just hit approach and fly. Now I fly in a similar angle than he is. I reload to Navy antimatter because I suspect he's gonna try to scram kite me. I spam the scram and I get it on him. And yeah, as I expected, he is keeping his range on me. And I have to reload to null ammo, which I'm doing right now. Because he's using null as well, he's not doing too much damage to me. So I don't have to wrap that hard. I am too focused on the tank right now. I should have started manually piloting right now, because I'm only getting grazing shots on my blasters. Still wrapping. This ship is really a lot of module management. You have to focus on everything at once. 6 active modules, plus range controlling and manually piloting. Here I finally start manually piloting, getting the transversal down. But he pulled his orbit to 7.5 kilometers now, so I'm hitting even less. Now I'm just hitting approach again. Basically just have to fly that the angular velocity you see in my overview is as low as possible. We are both in hull, but he is lower. Turn off heat on the weapons. Turn off the Ansel, cap booster. And now I see he's aligning out because he wants to get out of my range. I'm heating the weapons, heating the AB, hoping that I somehow can keep scram on him. But seconds before he would have died, he warps off. GF mate. And this next fight is against another super experienced piloted Space Muffin in his Rifter. And I was really nervous about this fight because I'm really not sure if I have any chance against him. He's doing a lot of damage to me. I have to rep and reload to null. Starting to shoot with null again, but he is in the super tanky 400mm plate Rifter with an Ansel. It is the fit that I have in one of my videos actually. Pop cap, keep repping. Just approaching him. You see he is 400 meters per second faster than me, so he can have full range control, do whatever he likes. But if he wants to stay within his hail range, he has to stay close enough. You see I don't have nanites in my Ansel anymore, and I just overheat and believe. Pop the cat booster. Hit approach. Heat the weapons. And wow, amazing. I killed him. I killed Space Muffin. One of the biggest achievements. You see Modern Dwarf is actually on the kill mail, but you saw it was a full solo fight. Because because he had all his tank when it started. But yeah, that was a great fight. Thanks, Base Muffin, for the fight. That is all the fights I had in the Incursus. It is really amazing how much this ship can tank. I really enjoyed flying it. I would have liked to test it against a Rapid Light Caracal or something, but I didn't find one. So yeah. In general, it is not too great against cruisers because without web and only one drone, you can't defang drones very well. But against frigates, it really dominates with the massive tank. So, as always, if you have a specific fit or ship you would like to see in a video, put it in the comments, and see you soon. Bye bye.